episode 11 on Haramcore Inc. And we have Bangalore's grind crew with us. A very rare appearance in Bombay. In general, we've got Grossty right here. We've got
Nauseate.
We have Nauseate, and we have Anorectal Ulceration right here. The Grind brothers from Bangalore, they've been doing this shit for longer than what most people know, and that's the thing. It's a matter of knowing what most people know, and that's why they're here talking to us about what's been up all these years, keeping the grind scene alive in Bangalore, and keeping the music alive. So, how's that going for you guys?
No, apart from that, first I want to know which band member plays for which band.
There's a little crossover happening, right? So
There's a huge
y'all have
crossover.
shared members in certain bands.
Oh yeah. Sometimes Simon messages me like, oh, my band is playing. I'm like, which band? Which one?
Yeah, cheers to Simon for setting this interview up. Thank you so much, Simon. Simon pushes all of us, and Simon made sure this happened.
The Simon.
Yeah.
Bands we're playing for. So I play for Nauseate at the moment. Do vocals for Nauseate. And what's another band called Bad Taste.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So, then,
Yeah, I play for Anorectal Ulceration and I used to be part of Nauseate earlier.
Alright.
he started.
Right.
Yeah.
A little bit together. Okay.
Just Anorectal Ulceration. I mean,
Yes.
And what about y'all?
So I play for Grossty. Apart from that, we got a black metal band called Brusque.
Dark Desolation.
No, we quit that 3 years ago. So
All
new
right.
band called Brusque,
Oh,
and Lodge and I we had a punk band that's called Scally. So right now it's on fucking hiatus.
Right.
Our drummer, motherfucker, just absconded. So
But you're like a bunch of like punk and grind motherfuckers in like Bangalore, and it's been a while that you guys have been at it, and we just wanted to get an idea of how's it been like for y'all, putting your music out in Bangalore and like being true to your salt, so to speak. How's the process been like so far?
I mean, it just boils down to the most fundamental aspect, which is just liking the music and not making a very conscious effort to force yourself into it. So like I've known Cliffy and Charlie for about little over a decade now.
Okay.
I think a lot of my sense of extreme music comes from like these guys.
Right.
So like back in the day, we had like just like a handful of people like wanting to do something, and there weren't a lot of organizers who were willing to put up with this kind of music. So since then, Charlie stepped forward and said, "Hey, you know what? We gotta fix this," and and thus began the birth of the Undergrind.
Undergrind in 2006.
Yeah,
Started.
like in 2006.
2006.
Yeah. So you won't believe it happened in someone's basement, an apartment basement.
I don't disbelieve it because it's how truly underground
Yeah.
movements begin.
Yeah. So we hired a bunch of amps, and some like all of us knew how to play an instrument.
That sounds
by then.
legit.
And we had some songs going on. We said, let's just keep doing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the fact that we've been doing it this long, again, it's nobody's pushing it. This is something that has been coming pretty naturally to us. And we will do it until it's there, and when it's gone, we'll just get up and leave, and leave this place for somebody else.
Because I've been hearing about Undergrind forever now. Like I've been hearing about Undergrind since like when there was no money coming in, no sponsors.
It's still no
nothing.
I don't think there's any sponsors still.
There is never any sponsors for this.
There've been always two gigs that Bangalore's known for their extreme metal culture, which has been Undergrind, and there's
Undergrind
been
for
Trend
sure.
Slaughter.
Yeah, true.
And cheers to you guys for keeping Undergrind alive for all these years, and now it's recurring in the form of grinders protest.
Yeah.
How was that gig for you guys, man? I mean, I just want to like get a picture of how that
Grinders
was.
protest, Undergrind needs more time and more money,
Right.
efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Grinders protest doesn't need a lot of time or money and effort.
Right.
So all of us are so occupied with our jobs and all
Jobs,
that.
yeah.
So it becomes more difficult to organize a bigger gig every time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we started this whole grinders protest thing. And there's always been these four, fucking bands who always been playing grinders protest. We had bands come in and go. But there's been Grossty, Exhibit X, Anorectal Ulceration, and Nauseate. These four bands keep fucking doing grinders protest. It's become like a family, overall. But yeah, there are bands like Bad Taste and Else who come play like 2 shows and go back. Then same with Commando and other bands.
You're seen about all these bands going into Nepal.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I mean that's something that you guys recently did, right? Like
Yeah, we did it. I think last
So
How does
first,
that work? Because
Extrepid X started off.
Yeah.
So
Exhibit X.
Extrepid X, it does consist of the former vocalist of Grossty. So Grossty had 2 fucking
Two,
vocalists.
yeah. I mean, we've seen
Yeah.
you guys
So he
back
found,
when, like,
So the other vocalist found me so motherfucking cheesy, which I am still. So he fucking quit the fucking band, and then he formed Extrepid X.
But
with-
cheesy how, man?
I'm fucking stage man.
Like
'Cause
how?
I always go off timings. I suck whenever it comes to shit. So he fucking formed Extrepid X along with the Grossty's drummer and Grossty's bassist.
Right.
So that bassist motherfucker plays guitars for Extrepid X. So these guys started off
So
doing
this whole
fucking Nepal.
thing, going and playing in
Yeah.
Nepal. And then Grossty followed it.
And then these guys did
Then
it.
Nauseate and Anorectal, they've been asked to play in Nepal for many years.
Right.
They're
Well, I
trying to do
think
something.
Nepal also had kind of following on the band grind bands.
Yeah,
in terms of the
because Nepal
releases what
bands
we've been putting out. as well.
loved or wanted to play in Undergrind. Because this is what I've been talking to some of the Nepal grind bands, and this is Vishal from Aktu.
Yeah.
And he says that I think before anything started in Nepal, they always looked up to the Bangalore grind scene, Undergrind. It was sort of a name for them. They felt like it was like completed
One of
when they
them.
played at Undergrind.
Yeah.
2014, I think they played Undergrind.
Yeah, 13, 14.
Yeah, 13, 14, when
14,
Aktu. They're like fuck. They're like thrilled. Oh fuck, we finally played Undergrind. And then from then on, they've been inviting all the bands, and Exhibit put that effort, went, came back and told, dude, all of us should travel there.
Right.
So from Exhibit told us that we should go and play. Then these guys went, Grossty went, and Nauseate, we went later, and then it will go soon.
So how does this tour come together? Like somebody calls you from fucking Nepal.
Yeah.
I think it comes together firstly exchange of music first. I mean,
Yeah, that is for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
If somebody calls you there, nobody's going there. But apart from
so the constant sharing of music between the two grind scene is what allows this torch to happen.
Right.
yeah, but there are
That's
because there are a lot of other factors that's coming, right? Because
Yeah.
you need to get a visa, you need to book your flight ticket.
That's usually the other country, but Nepal it's fine.
Yeah.
See, the thing with in the the Bangalore Indian grind scene, I would rather say, and the Nepal grind scene it's never been like my dick is bigger than yours.
For sure.
It's always been that we are the same. We are fucking brothers. We'll support each other. And
That's pretty real, dude. I mean, like that's
And we've been
pretty
doing
much
that,
keeping
right,
it
boss?
real. Yeah.
it's not that.
So Nepal is kick fucking ass, man, in terms of motherfucking grind. Those guys
Right.
I'm made fucking zing.
Right.
Seriously. Yeah. Bro, when it comes to undergrind and grind is protest, I got a difference. For undergrind, you gotta fucking bring some outstation band. Whereas for grind is protest, same old shitty fucking faces. And
It's a garage gig, dude. It's a garage
playing
gig.
like 6 different fucking bands, but it's
Right.
fucking fun as fuck, dude. Seriously.
And that's I think something bands have forgotten how to keep alive, how to have fun as a community, as a bunch of dudes who love doing what they love doing, and no pretensions. It's what you enjoy, and I think everyone ought to get a taste of what's up, and that's why I'm gonna play. I'm gonna break right now for Haramcore Plays, and we're gonna play some shit of Anorectal Ulceration's Morbid fascination when viewing a human disaster. Yes, that's the full title, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Morbid fascination when viewing a human disaster. You guys are listening to Haramcore Inc.
Haramcore Inc.
Cheers and stay Haramcore.
The greatest killer of all is disease. Thousands die on a daily basis from an assortment of illnesses. The common rat has preyed on man throughout the centuries. The carrier of bubonic plague, this rodent has caused more death than all the wars in history. I have watched the crowd's reaction when a stuntman has been unsuccessful. In my mind, there is no doubt that most of them have felt a morbid fascination when viewing a human disaster.
And see, we are with the grind boys from Nauseate.
Anorectal Ulceration and Grossty. Yeah. That's what's up. We've been discussing the Bangalore grind crew. We've been discussing their, how they started out, what's been up for them, moving out of Bangalore. I mean, the thing is, it's been such a centric scene to the city, and so many, it's just a bunch of people outside of Bangalore who know about you guys in general. And throwback to the old Grossty shows that transcending obscurity and frame shift initiatives did back in the day in Bombay, when extreme metal was very much alive and kicking in the city. And back then, yes, we've had Grossty with their dual vocalist scene happening, and
I think
and
Bose
Bose is not
the only one
particularly
who's left from there. I don't remember anybody else. The only one I remember is Bose.
because Bose stayed away from the limelight, but Bose delivered the fucking shrieks on the mic, right?
Come on, man.
And not even that.
Everybody does it.
I
dude.
don't even remember that. I came to Bangalore. I played with Dirge. And you all played after me with Dark Desolation.
Oh wow!
And you were still on that side in that fucking corner screeching your fucking lungs out.
Bro,
Oh my fucking
I don't
God.
wanna-
I lost my shit.
What's been up,
Absolutely
Bose? What's been
lost
up with
my
your
shit.
bands and what's been up with with the music?
it's pretty okay, man. I guess. Lodge, what do you say? We fucking randomly jam sometime. And there are still fucking poor organizers in existence. They fucking give us gigs.
Right.
So we just fucking go play some random shit and just come off. So we are just working on the second full length. I guess it will be defecated pretty soon. That's it, right?
Yeah,
Or do you
that's
got
it.
any other
Yeah.
fucking plans?
I don't know. As of now, working on the Grossty second album is on priority.
Right.
So we have to get it done.
Right.
The thing is, when it comes to albums, we get ridiculously lazy.
I think that's most of us.
The amount of studio time that goes in.
That goes in, yeah.
So we kind of slack off on that end. But when it comes to playing live gigs, we are at it.
I think that's the cool thing because keeping that live element alive is what defines all of y'all. Not just Grossty, in fact. Even with Nauseate or Anorectal. I think tonight's show is testament to that. There's going to be footage that you guys are going to be seeing of tonight, and it's fucking rad. I think Bombay got a good reschooling, I would say, of what grind means. Grind and just extreme music in general, and I think it's been a great opportunity for having such music over in Bombay, because Bombay doesn't usually get to see a lot of acts from Bangalore in general, just on
So apart from Gutslit, the grind bands that you all have heard about from Bombay.
in terms of extreme music, what has been the cross-cultural thing, you all have seen, be it not just Bombay, but be it even Kolkata or Nepal for that matter, acts that you guys really look out for and
Or we should look out for them.
or look up to, yeah.
This is Bangalore Snuffix from Delhi.
Right.
Doing some really good grindcore. Very DIY. They put out a lot of releases. Just two guys, I think.
Yeah, I think we have easily about 15 plus.
Yeah, releases. Yeah.
Much more than what we have done.
Yeah, super
they've pretty
band,
much
and
not been-
whatever they are doing is
Uh,
fucking to themselves and is doing DIY. Then there's another band called Todd Ford from Shillong. We've been doing some grindcore, sort of death metal recently of late. Other than that, I don't know much. They're there's this one guy who does some gore grind and noise from I think from Guwahati.
Yeah.
Sandeep, one of our friend who does only releases.
Okay.
He doesn't give a shit about anything. Yeah, the way me and him keep doing some noise and
I
go
would like
grind.
to know more about that guy. Who only does fucking releases. Isn't that the best thing ever?
Yeah, fuck.
But what's up with
Fuck.
what's up with gore grind, as a scene in general? What do you guys feel about the whole not just gore, I mean people have objections with porno grind very particularly, and they say that it's not appropriate to say such things or talk about such shit.
I mean, if you talk about metal in general or
Uh-huh.
grind or gore grind, you can't really hold a position and say this is appropriate and this isn't.
But you're talking about extreme metal particularly?
Yeah, like
obviously.
like extreme metal in general. I mean, anything goes by, right? I mean, you pick your imagery that appeals to you the most, and you attach the
Because
music
I'm
that comes
sure
out
like
of you.
most
and
of
you
us.
go ahead with it. Like to say what is appropriate and what is not. Come on, I don't think anybody should.
I think most of us, man, in this country itself, most of us in the rural or urban have watched a porn movie or a clip. So everyone has got some affiliation
Right.
to a movie or a clip
Right.
or a magazine about adult erotica and all.
Right.
So in bands writing that as a subject, so what's wrong with it?
Right.
Right?
But I think
Unless
it's
until
I think it's a combination of sexuality and violence that triggers people. So what do you guys feel about that? Like,
So what I find fascinating is it triggers among the metalhead itself. I mean,
Right.
if someone outside the metal spectrum comes and tells this is to an extent it's inappropriate, we get it, right? At one end, you cannot be a Cannibal Corpse fan,
Right.
and listen to the album Tomb
Right.
of the Mutilated and come and tell me I cannot write songs
right. I mean,
about a
it's like
certain thing.
it's like you know you go to work and you don't expect your office colleagues to understand what this is. Right.
I mean, there's no. I mean, I don't know if somebody's doing it. There shouldn't be any moral policing.
it's okay
around
if Cannibal
extreme
Corpse
music.
or some big bands do it, but it's not okay if some
Smaller
bands
bands.
call it porn grind and then go down.
Yeah.
Because it's all ultimately a derivative of some root that that exists in the
See, any
classic death metal. You know.
Any sort of
See,
abuse.
it's very simple. You cannot be in extreme metal and say this is right and this is
Wrong because it's
you either
extreme.
you take a position saying extreme metal in general is bad, and we are okay playing this because this is pretty appropriate.
Right.
You can't be in that and say this is
Basically, this
appropriate.
form
this
of extreme metal is better than that.
yeah, or your image.
What is better than what?
Or your image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then you know now coming back to what Nauseate's doing. So min score, as you know, you term the the genre, and for like just to for like the general understanding, min score differentiates itself on the fact that it's not just fun grindcore. It's a little politically motivated and it's a little socially motivated and
Yeah, so it's
it's got its values in place.
Yeah, so actually, men's score more than the ideology. It's about the production. It's about the music itself.
Right.
For example, men's score can be as minimalistic as just one riff in a song,
Right.
maybe like bad fucking distorted bass, tuned low, some
So,
grunts,
Charlie, how did it come
vocals.
out, basically? I want to know how all of this came about as Nauseate.
Okay, Nauseate. I think Cliffy will be better because he started the band in 2010.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
joined in later. So
So yeah, I had Anorectal going by in parallel. That started in 2005, and grind has a lot of subgenres. I just
Right.
want to explore
Exactly.
that. So I was doing Go Grind, and I just want to do proper grindcore and minstrel. That's what Charlie was talking about, and that's when we discovered bands like Agathopoulos,
Right.
Holy Grave, Rot.
Right.
So this found a person called Daryl. I think this jammed. It went well, and very soon I think Charlie joined us on vocals and everything took shape. And I think by the end of 2012,
I think we have had like 6 drummers in the last 5 years.
yeah, that was a challenge. With Nauseate, yeah.
You see,
I think that's that's a sign of Bangalore. That's a sign of Bangalore privilege. you get 6 drummers. You get 6 drummers.
Yeah.
But
we don't
trust me.
fight too.
But trust me.
We have a hard
It's-
time finding too.
It's still like it's commendable that you guys keep it going and find the right fit for the band. And,
Imagine 6 drummers or 6, 3-4 bass guitarists join a band.
Right.
So you got to not show one song. You got to show like some 30 songs.
Yeah,
Right.
30 songs every time.
It's quick and it's fast and there's like
It's
multiple
relentless. You gotta keep
songs.
showing.
Relentless.
They
Yes.
keep learning the song, then
Yep.
they leave the band. Learning the song, leave the band. Learning the song, leave the band. Yeah.
But that brings
Fortunately, we are like a couple of guys out, like you mentioned, like Noah, Moses, and Rakshit,
right.
who have been like who
All of the
recorded.
Yeah, I'd like to give like a special shout out to Rakshit's performance tonight and he's been really fucking good with both Anorectal and with Nauseate tonight. He's been so damn good, and it's one of his last few gigs.
Yeah, his
with
last
the
gig with
bands.
Nauseate,
Yeah, yeah.
Anorectal and Nauseate will be on Sunday. The
Right,
last gig.
right.
He wants to take
So-
a break from music and he's got other things to
From
do.
music in general, right?
Yeah, in general. I think.
Okay.
Because I have actually loved the stuff with what he have done with
With Piston as well, and
with the Piston, with
False Flag, by the way. A lot of people do not know this, but False Flag, in fact, False Flag was the first band to feature on the podcast. And I am obviously very glad to always have been in touch and friends with the guys in the band and the music that they've made.
Cha was right here, like throughout.
We've had Rohit Chowji at the gig tonight as well, and in general, Rakshit has been a part of the recording process for False Flag's debut EP, and that was a great release. We featured it on the podcast as well, and he's a great musician. So, but what do you feel about him being a part of the band and now him finding a way forward? So, what does it mean for the band?
Yeah, I think.
Finally, he did the right fucking thing.
Why do you say that, boss? What's up?
Come on, man.
But he's
Say,
like, who the fuck wants to play with these guys? Annoying bunch of brothers. Most fucked up.
If he fucking plays in a pop rock band, he'll fucking earn some cash.
That's
man.
true. That's
so
true.
let him
That's
do
true.
it.
Real action.
But
great fucking drummer, man.
I agree.
Yeah, I've seen him grow from 2012 to now.
I never knew him back then, man.
Bro, he has been doing that forever. और वो तब से खाली underground band में बजा रहा है.
I'm sure.
वो तभी से खाली underground bands में बजा रहा है.
I mean, it's
From there till now, he has been
Right.
been playing.
I mean,
so he has been playing those gigs in Chennai.
I think it's a matter of we have to deal with the reality of living in this country,
Yeah.
and we have our responsibilities as adults
Exactly.
to fulfill.
Absolutely.
And as much as everyone would claim to be a metalhead and just
Got to pay your bills.
you got to pay your bills and you got to do what you got to do if you are a musician for a living.
True.
So I think it's fair, people take their time to find their way, to make that happen. And yeah, man, I mean that's usually the way how things go for most musicians in Bombay, in fact, because we are very familiar with people wanting to do music full time and wanting to pursue other projects and make that their source of income and then have certain projects so it balances out. I mean, we've all seen.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all seen members who have been there and done that. So fair enough, and wishing Rakshit all the best for the future, and wishing you guys as well, all the best for the future.
Thanks.
And
So that future.
What future you talking about, bro?
cheers and stay around.
It's
All right, so we're back with Anorectal Ulceration, Grossty, and Nauseate on the Haramcore Inc podcast. And we've been talking about, it's a great gig that you guys had tonight. We've had some very dedicated fans show up for the show tonight. And what I honestly like, my feedback has been for the show is that probably the Mumbai extreme metal scene has kind of slowed down over the years. It used to be way more bigger than it used to be, but it's not what it probably was anymore. But the guys who were there were damn dedicated, and I'm sure, like, you all felt their energy and, like, fed off it and, like, had a good time. Dude, fucking hell, dude. I mean, your guitarist was having a baller of a time. He's such a badass.
Fucking shit. He was like fucking killing it.
So was it with Anorectal. Like, I mean, you guys started it off, and, like, and Grossty, like, took the whole hardcore riff element out, and, like, everyone was, like, grooving to that shit. So it was a lot of fun. But one thing that a lot of listeners go back with, especially when they are not familiar with the music, is that what does this whole 30-second, 40-second song duration mean? And is this meaningful music? And is this serious music? And for them to, take bands in this style seriously. And I mean, if you understand where the bands come from, it's different. You get the intensity, you get the purpose, you get the emotion behind it. But for people who don't, who think that it's a joke, what do you guys have to say about that? Like,
If it's a joke for you, fine with us.
Like,
I mean,
basically, how does it matter?
yeah, I mean, it's
How does it matter?
no, I'd like to know, what do you guys think about it?
like, I mean, whoever wants to draw whatever opinion out of us, they're
Right.
most welcome to do. We're not out here to change their perception about the music. It's such a subjective thing. You like something, you like it, you don't, just move along. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But as far as the short songs are concerned,
Right.
It's about putting those outbursts, short, compressed.
short,
way, like,
compressed.
fuck, that's it.
I mean,
Why the fuck you want to prolong and fucking drag, man? Fuck.
I mean, there are other
compress.
genres taking
Fucking
care
keep
of
throwing
it.
that fucking
exactly.
violence.
There are genres taking care of it. I think that's a very great point that Srinivas has put out, in the sense that there are so many genres that take care of doing long, elaborate compositions, and you come to a grindcore gig, you need to know what you're expecting at the gig. I mean, like, fuck you if you think that this is pretentious or stupid. Like, you are pretentious or stupid if you think you come for a grindcore show and you're expecting, like, more than, like, what a grindcore band stands for, which is purely intensity, relentlessness, and, like, riffs after riffs, and, like, and groove after groove, and, like, but just to build on that once again, I'll again connect back to Nauseate and the whole the angle of being politically relevant and motivated messaging that's happening in the music.
Yeah, see, with Nauseate, we have few socio-political songs, but, like, for example, you have a song called Motor Rogues.
Right.
Motor Rogues, guys just fucking reckless on the road.
Right.
It's not socio-political.
Yeah, sure.
We have a song called Pastry Fuckface.
Right.
It's about, like, all these big pastry guys keep coming on newspaper, showing off, with no fucking content in life in general.
What do you guys feel about, like, people who
Attention.
people who need attention,
Like,
people who
celebrity
get-
weddings get so much focus than bigger issues. Yeah, that's all is pastry fuckface.
Right. But what do you guys feel about it as a grindcore band? I remember, like, I was having a conversation with you, Bose, about, like, this podcast's intention to bring bands into the limelight. But you're like, fuck the limelight, we don't need it. But tell me your thoughts about that.
Bro, for me, lyrics gotta be just fun.
Right.
So I just pen down lyrics, something random as fuck. There is a song called Mermaid Marriage. So one guy just go to the beach, he defecates, and then he finds a mermaid and he marries. He lives a peaceful life. So just random as fuck, it gotta be. But main score, yeah, you've got the lyrical team is different. So
Right,
for
right.
me, Grossty, just fun, random as fuck.
Right.
Just pen
But
down the lyrics.
Grossy's
That's
got
it.
some themes as well. Like, you guys have very strong opinions about, like, your television is a fucking.
Bro, that was.
I mean, and
years
that's,
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's evolved. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not television, it's
Yes.
social media. And
of
TV
shit.
is, I mean, if TV is full of crap, right now social media is full of crap, would you say that?
Bro, the thing is, I really fucking loathe to talk about some serious stuff, man. Just do whatever you fucking want. Just do something random and just fuck up, dude. Because if I fucking really say that, the media and all those shit, TV, if everything is fucking cheesy, then some motherfucker says some shit, and I really don't want to get into all this kind of the altercation and shit, dude.
Right.
Just be random, do fucking whatever you want.
But
dude.
that's
it.
how we're wired, bro. Like that's how human beings are wired, because you've got an opinion, there's always going to be a counter opinion
Yeah.
to that, right?
So the thing is, over here we are not fucking here to indulge in altercation about the fucking opinions. Just come here, play the fucking music, and just fuck up. Just come here, have fun, and fuck up. That's it, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what
but
he's
then,
trying to say is that-
but then, what do you feel as a mencore band? Like, is it just about the intensity of the music and the fun of the music?
All the opinions matter too.
Yeah.
Ideology is partially important, but otherwise, like I told you, we have a song called TVS Chimp. It's just a funny fucking title. We have a song
Right.
called Motor Rogues.
Right.
We have so many other songs which are like fucking not serious at
Yeah,
all.
that's not.
It's not
like,
socio-political.
Not
So
generally
mincecore or
socio-political.
grindcore, yeah, it's never meant to be like rigid. Never
Right.
meant to be like textbook,
Right.
right? Black metal or any other
Right.
form of music,
Right, right, right.
or thrash metal or death
But
metal.
a
in
lot
general.
of people take.
There are some forms of it.
They take Napalm Death as as the forefathers of the genre, and as the guys who laid the textbook for everything, in grindcore.
Yeah.
And the ideology and the messaging that they had, very staunchly vouched for, and they still stick to
Yeah.
to this date. So I'm sure like that would have been an influence on you guys as well.
Yeah, musically, yes.
I mean, Mince is ultimately like just a slight derivative of just
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
yeah.
Musically, yes, but ideologically, I don't think so. There's anything rigid. There's anything that you got to follow the path or something like that.
Right.
Just do whatever you
Ideologically,
want
I
and
think
just
every
put it
time
across.
you come to something, ideology always changes over a period of time.
Right.
Soon
That's-
as you come to more
The
experience.
bands like Rot,
Yeah.
the bands like Agagathis, Honorable Grave, they don't have any socio-political lyrics at all.
Right.
They're just fucking mincecore.
Right.
Agathocles is very serious.
Right.
There are mincecore bands who are not serious at all about the lyrical ideology.
Right.
So there's and nobody considers either to be like fuck all, either to be like
Exactly.
Right.
not true.
Right.
It's there in
But-
other forms of
but
music,
they
right?
still- but they
Other
still-
metal forms of music, there's
But
true
like
or not true.
I just made I
But there's nothing
made a
arguing.
joke right before you guys went on stage about how they called out on Pornogrind and stuff. So
Yeah.
what do you feel about that?
Like I told you, right? See, most people can't escape their influence or their interest in porn.
Right.
Okay, like I told you, maybe some fucking 50-year-old guy in some
I think
urban
it depends
village
from person to
is
person,
watching
man.
some erotic adult content,
Right.
or maybe some guy in a sophisticated family or something, or some celebrity is watching adult content. So there's no escape from that, right? So who's who to say that that is wrong
Right.
when they themselves have shown interest in that whole content, like
Right.
erotic or
Right.
adult.
Right. There's no
And
judgment
I
on
think it's
that.
porn grind, come on, man. It's just a very,
There is no
it's just
running away.
it's a very funny bunch of horny guys.
It's a cynical take
Yeah,
on
it's like crossing to be like, okay, I got a hard on and hank off. It's just not that. I go further writing songs about that. That's porn. Don't take it too serious. Don't say like they're like this, they're like that.
Right.
I mean,
Okay,
if
yeah,
you
fuck.
forget porn grind, you take Jay-Z's lyrics there, you'll find more porn there.
Oh, don't get me started on hip hop
Exactly, yeah.
and
Hip-hop and-
being sexual
You
in
tell
hip hop.
me about hip hop.
Like talking sexual things in hip hop.
You tell me
But
about
yeah, man, like that's what's up, and that's what's been discussed. very rigidly with people who want to keep this clean, and and people who don't want it to be a certain way.
Yeah. For
But-
example,
Well, I think
anorectal-
we're not here to propagate anyone to
Yeah.
a point or to be even
Yeah, they-
for.
say anorectal, they write about just go over on accidents, they write about like pathology, how this whole autopsy goes, diseases, they write stuff about that. Grossty has got a different path, Nauseate
Yeah.
writes. But none of us have any fucking
Like you're way
conflicts.
more, what do you call it? Surreal.
Yeah, we don't have any conflicts with each other.
Just random, dude.
Yeah, that's-
I really
that's-
can't categorize.
Yeah.
Whatever, I just feel like pen down.
In my opinion, that's surreal.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the Grossty Crocopter artwork, and that's surreal as
I
fuck.
think this is the most amazing thing that we have had on this podcast.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think-
three bands from three
I think
different
styles and different,
styles,
viewpoints and different.
viewpoints, all come together and talk about the same thing.
Same thing, and I think that's what's most important. Yeah, and
So I'm
yeah,
really
that's a
glad
really
that-
good point, and cheers to all of you all for being a part of this gig, and yes, being a part of this podcast, and it's been a fucking great time. We've had a great conversation here, and
Please
thank
give
you
it
so
up
much.
for
Please give it up. Please follow these guys. Check out their music. We will end on Haramcore Inc's last segment. This is Haramcore Inc plays the Nauseate Arkagata split. We played some music the last time we did the Gutset episode.
Oh, yeah.
This is the second half, so check it out. This is it. Black Blood X Grindist Protest, pretty much. This is Haramcore Inc. episode 11. Cheers and stay Haramcore.
Thanks, Haramcore. Thanks, Siddharth,
Cheers, guys.
Tavish, and the whole team. Cheers from Nauseate, Grossty Anorectal Ulceration. Cheers, man.